A single fleck of paint is screaming over your head right now at 17,000 miles an hour. And in 1978, a NASA scientist did the math on what happens when one of those hits something. Right now, more than 40,000 trackable objects orbit the Earth. About 15,000 are working satellites. The rest is junk. Dead rockets, lost bolts, paint chips, frozen coolant, all screaming around at 17,500 miles per hour. At those speeds, a fleck of paint hits like a rifle bullet. A bolt hits like a hand grenade. And when two intact satellites meet, the collision releases more energy than a stick of dynamite, instantly fragmenting both into thousands of new projectiles. In February 2009, this stopped being theoretical. An active Iridium communications satellite slammed into a defunct Russian Cosmos satellite over Siberia. In 1 second, two spacecraft became roughly 2,300 tracked fragments, plus tens of thousands too small to see. Here's the problem. Every fragment can hit something else. Every collision makes more fragments. If new debris ever outpaces the rate at which orbits naturally decay, you get exponential growth, a chain reaction that feeds itself. That's the Kessler Syndrome. Cross a critical density of debris in low Earth orbit, and the cascade becomes self-sustaining. Even if we never launched another rocket, the debris would keep colliding and multiplying for hundreds of years. Here's the cruel twist. Lower orbits below about 600 kilometers slowly clean themselves. Atmospheric drag pulls debris down within years. But above 800 kilometers, where many satellites operate, fragments can stay up for centuries. That's the danger zone. Recent models suggest we may already be past the threshold in some altitude bands. Russia's 2021 anti-satellite test added roughly 1,500 trackable fragments overnight, and the satellite population is exploding. Starlink alone has launched more than 12,000 in just over 5 years. If the cascade runs, low Earth orbit becomes a minefield. Your phone's GPS goes dark. Your weather forecast dies. Global internet, banking timestamps, climate monitoring, search and rescue beacons, all gone. Launching new spacecraft becomes nearly impossible because they'd be shredded on the way up. Cleanup is brutally hard. Every piece is on its own orbit, its own inclination. You can't just sweep them up. Active removal missions cost tens of millions per object. There are millions of objects, and no international authority can compel a cleanup. Kessler ran the numbers in 1978. 47 years later, the math is still ticking. The question isn't whether the cascade can happen, it's how close we already are.